everyone, welcome back to Black Moon Coven. So in this video, we're just gonna do a quick little Q&A. I posted this post like a week ago. Hopefully everyone, can ask me questions if they want to. And my dear friend Jen also sent me a whole list of really creative, really awesome questions. So I challenge you guys in the comments below to answer one of her creative questions in your own way. So that would be really fun. So the first question comes from Gip from the Witch's Sanctuary, and he asks, why did you choose the Slavic pantheon to work with? So, up until recently, I actually didn't know that Slavic witches were a thing. I didn't know that Polish paganism kind of existed. So when I found that out, I immediately felt at home. Until that point, I never really felt connected to any deities or gods and anything like that, until I found out, my roots and everything else that keeps drawing me back to my roots. And now I have deities and stuff that I relate to. So it's really, really awesome. And I just feel like super, super at home. So the next couple of questions come from the Pagan and Witches Amino. So this person asks, when did you get into the craft and why? So when I got into the craft, I was about 13, 12-ish, early teens. Why? I was always kind of different, and I was just really, really imaginative as a kid, and I didn't really know that witches were real or that they existed or that you could live this lifestyle if you really wanted to. And I don't know, I just felt like really at home, and it felt really natural for me, and I kind of already knew what I was doing when I was doing it, so it felt really natural to me, and that's what I do. I just love that feeling, and I just feel like it's me. It's just a part of me. So Toria asks, how did you first get into witchcraft, and what's your favorite thing about the craft? So how did I get into witchcraft? My sister was actually doing a book report on witchcraft, my older sister, and I was about 12, 13 at the time, and she left all these books at home. And mind you, my parents were really strict religiously, so they would not approve of any of these books here unless, it's for school or anything else. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get these books back, So I started to write down everything in notebooks and things like that, and I created a book of shadows without even knowing it, and that's kind of how my witchy obsession started, and it grew from then until what it is today. What's my favorite thing about the craft? Definitely my tarot cards. I really love my tarot cards, and nothing makes me feel more witchy when I pull out my tarot cards and do a spread. I love my tarot cards, love the feel, the look, and everything. I'm a total cartomancy type of witch. And Sven27 asks, what's your cat's name? So my cat in my little thumbnail picture is Morticia. She's a rescue. She's one of my 2 cats. My other cat is Sage, and she's also a rescue, and cats just follow me around. It's kind of a weird, creepy thing, but they do. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to Jen's questions. So her questions were really fun and creative, and not your atypical type of Q&A questions. So, number 1, do you think having poor eyesight, wearing glasses, adds or takes from your craft? So, I feel like when I'm scrying or looking at a crystal ball or doing wax divination or even tea leaves, if I take my glasses off, it blurs my vision immediately because I'm super blind, but it helps me pick out images easier. Just because your vision's blurred, you don't have to cross your eyes. So yeah, in the clairvoyance divination sense, it helps. It doesn't really hinder my craft that much, besides having to wear these things. It doesn't really hinder my craft any more than it would a regular witch, but yeah, definitely with scrying, I take them off. That's like the only cool thing about being super blind as a bat. So question 2, if you were going to be marooned on a desert island and could only bring 7 things to aid in your craft internally, what would you choose and why? Remember, you have things like coconut, seawater, seaweed, fish, birds, sand, wind, and sun in abundance. These are free and included. So this was a really fun question. And I couldn't think of a whole group of things. I honestly am very simple when I do my magic. I really don't need anything more than a candle and maybe another herb. So what I chose to bring with me, what I cannot live without, is my tarot cards first, my wand, and then my book of shadows for sure, because I would want to document my spells and stuff that I'd create there, and chamomile tea, because chamomile is my favorite and you just can't live without chamomile tea. No way. So, number 3, what is your favorite form of water to work with and why? And we have ice, rain, tap water, well, river, waterfall, snow, sleet, sludge, toilet water, lake, or stream water. So I chose snow water, river, and stream water because river and stream water have energy through it. It's like a constant motion. There's a lot of emotion and energy. It's constantly moving. Snow water I chose because it's very, very useful for, breaking curses, breaking hexes, doing in spell work, even for bathing and stuff like that. And plus I love the transition from snow to actual water back again. So those are the ones I chose. So number 4, what are your thoughts and feelings on satanic witchcraft? Have you ever known a satanic witch? So no, I can't say that I have known personally a satanic witch. I have chatted to a couple of satanic witches on Pagan and Witches Amino and things like that. But yeah, I don't really have an issue with satanic witchcraft. I think it's really interesting. I'm a very intellectual type of person. I have to research a topic or something. If I don't understand it or agree with it or whatever, I will research it relentlessly to figure out how and why and things like that. So satanic witchcraft is more of like a topic of research for me. I know I will never really go down that path. Not that it's bad or anything like that. It's just not something I choose to do. But who knows? Maybe I will. You never know where your life's going to take. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with satanic witchcraft. I think it's really interesting to find out about paths that are different from your own. Question 5. Is there any section of witchcraft that you really just don't fully agree with or understand? It's not that I wouldn't really fully agree with any path of witchcraft. I would have to say it's kind of a really tough one because I don't want to put myself on the spot. But I would say necromancy, I guess, in a way. It's not that I don't agree with it. I just don't understand, I guess, that much. And it's another topic of research that I would really like to do and really like to gain more information about it and that sort of thing. And who knows, maybe I'll incorporate it into my craft, but who knows. It's not that I don't fully agree with, it's more of I don't understand it and I would like to know more. So, what are your top favorite books not having to do with witchcraft or practice at all? So, that was number 6, by the way. I read a lot of books. First of all, Harry Potter. The whole Harry Potter series, that is just, love it. I love everything Harry Potter. The next thing, Stephen King. His books are really, really great. It is one of my favorites. Christine, Carrie, Needless Things. I really, really love Misery. Oh my god, Misery is a really good book by Stephen King if you guys haven't read that one. But who hasn't seen the movie, right? So, Stephen King, V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic. If you guys haven't seen the movie or read the book, it's a highly, highly recommended read. As well as the movie was equally good, which I find really rare. But that's kind of, I can't really name 10 books that I totally love, because it would all be Harry Potter. I think I would just take a set of Harry Potter books wherever I go with me. What are your favorite witchcraft YouTube channels and why? So that's number 7. And I would have to say, of course, Taxidermy Witch. You're one of my favorites. Just because your use of herbs and use of different ingredients that I personally don't use in my craft is fascinating, and I love to learn more about ingredients and things like that. So I'd love to incorporate that into my craft, and you do a really, really good job with doing your videos and everything. Harmony Nice does a really, really great variety of things on her channel, so I love learning about witchcraft. I'm not really Wiccan, but I love hearing her side of the her side of the witchcraft world. Plus, her videos are so aesthetically pleasing. I love her and I admire her a whole lot. Azura Dragonfeather, probably said that wrong, but you know, forgive me. I do like watching her as well because again, it's a path different from my own, and I feel like I just love learning about that stuff. And Dragonic Wicca is really, really interesting to me. And the White Witch Parlor, I freaking love the White Witch Parlor. Again, aesthetically pleasing videos, good information. She's a really, really great YouTube channel type of person. And Wolf of Coins, my new favorite YouTube channel. So she's a Slavic witch. She does a lot of Slavic, Polish related videos. Really cool. A lot of tarot videos. She shows off a lot of tarot decks and everything. Oh, just super awesome. And number 8, who would you say has the best lyrical voice and why? So I'm going to have to say Peter Murphy because I'm a goth girl at heart, and Peter Murphy has by far the best lyrical voice ever in a band or anything. I love Peter Murphy so much. Bauhaus is probably my favorite band, of course. I'm stereotypical. So number 9, have you ever thought about doing live streams or getting out of the studio? Yes and yes. So live streams will consist of, you know, the book club that I'm going to be hosting, and I also want to do like a candle lighting type of, maybe not spell work, but kind of like a communal spell type of live stream, or maybe you guys could just, like divination sessions, maybe we could just lay out some tarot cards together, whatever. We'll see how that goes, but I really want to do live streams on my channel. And getting out of the studio, yeah, I do plan to do that. I plan to, you know, visit a bunch of different witchy shops and maybe videotaping while I'm there, maybe interviewing the owner. So you guys, if you're in Chicago ever and you want a little witchy shop tour of different places that I haunt, then yeah, definitely I will do that. And number 10, what advice would you give to a closeted witch who never wants to come out of the broom closet but practices every day, but never ever wants to tell anyone because they're actually really ashamed of it? Okay, this question has a lot of topics at hand. First of all, you shouldn't be ashamed of being a witch because, you know, it's a choice, so you don't have to be a witch if you are ashamed of doing it. But I do get the feeling of shame when you're in the broom closet. You kind of feel like the stuff's hidden away and you're not treating it properly and that kind of thing. And it goes with guilt and everything else of being a broom closet witch, and that's kind of the struggles of doing that. However, you definitely don't have to come out to anyone as a witch. You can wait to way later in life, or you could keep it a secret all your life. That's completely up to you. No one will force you to come out of the broom closet. That's completely up to you. However, if you are in the broom closet, be patient, you know, focus on your inner magic, and there will be a time where you will be able to do all these big spells and rituals and celebrate your Sabbaths and everything else. Just be patient, be confident, focus on your inner magic, you know, your meditation and your visualization and stuff like that, and your time will come. And remember, you are a witch no matter how you practice or, you know, how often or how much or anything else like that. And one more question, number 11. How do you think tears from an emotional empath witch could help her witchcraft or weaken her witchcraft? Okay, that's an interesting question as well, and I'd love to get all of your thoughts on that. But I feel like tears from an emotionally empathic witch would have a lot of emotion at a high volume. So I'd probably use it maybe in love spells or any type of moon magic, like, you know, maybe dream magic. That would be kind of interesting. But it could also hinder her craft, I think, as well, just because of the amount of emotion and the amount of kind of stress of being an empath and everything else. And I would also like to get your guys' opinion on empaths, actually. The internet is full of like a bunch of vague resources, and I'm like, am I one? Am I not? I don't know. We will see. So, join the coven and subscribe. That's basically all the questions, so I will see you guys next time.